A very merry Christmas Eve, everyone. My name is Donna Ray Barrow, Donna Ray, and I may need to introduce myself again. I used to make floss tube videos. I've been gone for quite a while. Many of you know and have been incredibly caring and kind to me. I had an emergency surgery. I had very interesting, kind of life-threatening thing happened completely out of the blue. And I had emergency surgery in the summer, and recovery was much longer than I would have liked. And then when I started feeling better, I said, oh, let's go camping in early November, and it's 20 degrees at night, and we're in a tent. Anyway, so then I had a little bout of bronchitis, pneumonia, which the minute the antibiotics stopped, I had to start them again. So it's been a very long time. All that to say, it's been a very long time, and I apologize very much. Many of you have reached out to me. You've sent me cards and notes and gifts and your love and your kindness. You've asked me, are you okay? I can't tell you how much that means to me that I was remembered. And so I thank you very much. For those of you that are new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch, mostly. This is my one and only Flossmas episode for 2019. I had grand plans of doing at least one a week, but again, my life is interesting to say the least. So this is my one and only, and so it's probably going to be a little bit long, and it's probably going to include many things that we have done over the holiday season, just to kind of give you a peek into our life. Remember, Flossmas videos are a little bit different than regular floss tube. We kind of share what we're doing through the holiday season and where we've been and what we've seen, and bring you along and share the joy with you. So I hope you enjoy that. That'll be at the end of the video. So if all you're here for is cross stitch, we're going to do that first. Many of you have put out so many wonderful Flossmas and floss tube videos. I'm having a difficult time keeping up, but I am watching, and if I haven't commented, please forgive me, but I am watching and enjoying all of your videos. If you don't know, Ginger Gerald has a new channel. It's called Apartmentscaping, and he talks a great deal about indoor gardening. And wow, he's currently doing an experiment with amaryllis in different types of mediums and pots and from different vendors. It's really a cool channel. Again, that's Ginger Gerald, Apartmentscaping. All right, we're here for cross stitch, right? I have stitched some. It was very difficult during I was in the hospital for a week. And so during that time and after, when I was taking some medication, it was a good idea not to stitch, because that would lead to a lot of frogging. So I didn't. And then I've stitched a little bit. My stitchy bug kind of went into hibernation a little bit. But many dear friends are helping me bring that back out, and I appreciate it so much. I'll show you a few things that I've done, not everything that I've done in my absence, but I'll show you a few things. We'll start with a couple of FFOs. This one was done just in time for Halloween, so we're going back a little bit. The Cat in the Moon. Isn't it fabulous? It's a Brenda Gervais piece, and she finished it on top of a little basket, which is adorable. And I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about maybe on top of a glass jar, but I found the perfect thing. Let me show you. I did this on R&R Reproductions sheep straw linen, and it's a metal tile that I got from one of the big box stores. It was on clearance for $2, and then it was, another percentage off of that because it was clearance. And so I did just a flat finish and added this, oh my gosh, this really pretty gathered organza black ribbon. And so I hope you can see how pretty that is. I'll put in a picture as well. But I think it turned out really sweet and just in time for Halloween. So, yeah, really cute. All right, my next finish, you'll see a little later. I went to the holiday open house at Lori Brecklin's Not Forgotten Farm. This is an event that if you get the opportunity to go, make it happen. Not Forgotten Farm is just a magical place of creativity, of friendship, of fun, laughter, a lot of laughter, good food, donkeys. There was a beautiful fire in a fire cauldron right outside the shop and studio as you arrived. It was fantastic. But we did a piece of uncounted cross stitch. Have you ever done uncounted cross stitch? Lori has a group for it on Facebook, and it looks like a lot of fun. And I'm hoping to learn to love it, because my goal is if I can learn to love it, then I can use some of those really precious punch needle designs and fill them in with uncounted cross stitch. This is my master plan. Anyway, it was a make and take that day, and here it is, 1863 feather tree. It's precious, right? It came with everything. It came with the Osnaburg fabric, which is really pretty, and the hoop and the lace, not lace, the ribbon to hang it, and all of the threads, all in this little bag. And I thought, this is going to be a breeze. Those of you who were there remember my anxiety attack. I don't know, I'm really kind of persnickety about my stitches, and to just be told, trace this onto your Osnaburg fabric with a pencil and then just fill it in, it was a little beyond me. But I worked at it, and I actually finished this in time for Christmas. And now that it's done, I think I'm kind of in love with it. It's very primitive. It's quirky. And it's just darling. I did go ahead and I put several layers of paint, different colors, and then whitewashed the frame. The back is just folded over and gathered fabric. Okay, so you can kind of peek in there and see. And the ribbon is perfect for it. So instead of the date that was on the pattern, I did a little over one uncounted, totally crazy, and put in my grandmother Elsie's birth date, which was 1900. So that's on there. I do really like it, and I want to try it again. I don't want to try it with French knots again, or colonial knots, or whichever you do. Those were a little, I wanted them to be straight and perfect, and I was trying to make them not straight and perfect. No, it's going to be all cross stitch from now. And some back stitch, and maybe some, lazy daisy, things like that, but no more knots. You'll notice the berries on the tree are supposed to be knots, and they're just little X's. But it was a lot of fun. And again, if you get the opportunity to head out to Not Forgotten Farm, Lori and Peter and Joan will welcome you and help you and show you all the things that you really didn't need to buy, but they're going to help you. right, let's talk about some whips. Again, I've told many of you that I'm probably never going to show you all of them, but I'll show you a couple. As I said, we went camping in early November, and it was Veterans Day weekend. We went for 4 days and 3 nights with friends of ours, and we were both in tents, and it was freezing. In the 20s the first 2 nights. So cold. And the days didn't seem all that much warmer. As a matter of fact, the one evening I got my friend Marcy and her 2 girls, and we got inside my Jeep Commander and we turned it on with the heat on and the seat heaters, and we looked at Christmas magazines. We left the guys by the fire. It was freezing. I mean, it was really freezing. Anyway, before we went on that trip, I knew we were going, and I started stitching Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Camping Trip, and it's adorable. I changed the colors, and that's totally okay, but here it is. I've done it on mink from R&R. I think that's what this is. And I love it. I changed the tent to be orange because our tent is orange. And I've just got a few more words to put in. It's really precious. And I'm gonna bind the edges and make a little outdoor flag so that when we're camping, this will hang outside our tent. So, kind of excited about that. That's my one. Okay, next is one of the Dying to Stitch Quaint Country Ladies kits. If you're in one of the Dying to Stitch clubs, oh my goodness, they're such great quality. The designers are top notch. This particular club was Christmas all year, and they were designs by Wendy of Pineberry Lane, and I love her designs. It includes everything that you need to finish it exactly as it is shown on your chart. So this happens to be a sewing roll, and it's Christmas time sewing roll. Really cute, right? Amy and I were at Virginia Stitchers together, and she was stitching that, and I said, oh, I'll pull it out and stitch on mine in November. And Amy finished, and it's gorgeous. And here's my headless lady. Her dress looks pretty good, and you know, I'm getting there. It's a slow start, but I did get started, and I'm really excited about it. The last kit from that club has just come out. I need to get my Dying to Stitch next week and grab that. She's really cute. I think it's going to be a nice sewing roll. Again, it includes everything I need to complete it. So, okay, next, I was really fortunate to have the opportunity to receive the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Deck the Halls Sal Stitch Along complete kit, and I got it with the gray even weave fabric, and I'm not done by any stretch. I fell behind there with the bronchitis pneumonia bout, but I've made good progress, and I do want to finish it. I've found the perfect frame for it in the thrift store for like $1.98, so I'm really excited about this. I still have to do hang stocking, wrap presents, and the bottom one is baked gingerbread. So I still have to finish those, but here's where I am. It's really fun. It's not my normal style of stitching, and that's why I really wanted to do it. I wanted to kind of come out of my primitive box a little bit. My husband thinks it's adorable, so whatever, that'll be fine. I can't say enough about the quality of this kit. The chart is clear and color and large enough to see. Very helpful instructions with little notes and exactly what to do where. It's a great kit. There's a new one out for spring, and I think it's called Bloom from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Check it out. They're really quality kits and a lot of fun. So I'll get that one done. And this one, I worked on this at December's Virginia Stitchers meetup, and this one is from Blackbird Design, and I'm going to show you the cover. The Bells on Christmas Day. So it's from this book. Don't want to show you the chart. And so this one is called Friendships Gathering. Isn't it adorable? It's a little bag. And I'm doing it on 36 count creek bed brown from R&R Reproductions because I love their linen so much. And I've done a good portion up here. So I'll show you where I am. And that's where I am. Don't you love a red house? This is going to be so stinking adorable when it's done. I kind of love anything that Barb and Alma do, but this one's going to be really, really sweet. Looking forward to finishing that. I also received in the mail, well, I've received a lot of things. Let's not talk about my shopping bags because it was so easy to, while I was shopping for others, just go, oh, well, that just fell into my online cart. I don't know how, but I can't turn back now. So I've gotten a few things, and I made a trip to Dying to Stitch once I could drive by myself again and filled a bag there. Robin was very gracious and didn't say bad things about how much I was buying, so I appreciate that, Robin. Lately, though, I, in the mail, just received the Victorian Motto Sampler Shop Primitive Thread monthly subscription. I get 6 skeins, and this month for December could not be more perfect. Okay. Look at these gorgeous Christmas colors. Are they so, so pretty? Oh my gosh, I love them. Nancy Turner does such a great job with Victorian Motto Sampler Shop threads and fabrics. If you join her subscription, you will not be disappointed. These skeins are incredibly reasonable and absolutely beautifully dyed. So if you haven't tried Victorian Motto, give it a shot. All right. So now I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we've been doing from Thanksgiving until now. And I'm going to insert tons of pictures. So if you are not interested in that, I totally understand. And I hope you'll come back in a couple of weeks when I come back. I hope to be much more regular about filming and sharing things with you because I miss you all very, very much. And I miss interacting with you and want to be a part of the community in an active way. So, as I said, we went camping November 8th through 11th, I believe, and we came back. So Thanksgiving Day, our son was so giving. When I had my surgery and afterward, he came down, he stayed with my husband, he was at the hospital every day, he helped us afterward, he came back, and we decided that we would make the entire Thanksgiving feast and cart it to Richmond, about an hour and a half away, and spend the day with him. He had to work the very next day. I didn't want him to worry about quick travel, and I didn't want him to worry about fussing to host us. And so we made everything, we took it there, and we had a lovely, relaxing day with Robert, and just wanted to thank him and tell him how grateful we are for him. Scarlett sees something outside. Let it be. Let it be, good girl. So we took the feast there, and on Thanksgiving afternoon we had a beautiful hike. The weather was just about perfect. We had a lovely hike in Bryan Park in Richmond, and I'll insert some photos here. Also toward the end of November, my church does an Advent workshop every year, and I am part of the planning committee for that. It's basically a day where we serve lunch to everyone in the congregation and their friends if they want to come, and our preschool that's housed in the church. So we serve lunch, and we have lots of unique giving opportunities. So we have a table where you can buy animals and things from Heifer International, which is a great mission. We had our youth group designed and produced Christmas cards and packaged them and sold them in packages of I think 6 or 8. I bought a couple of them. And our women of the church sell cookbooks, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to purchase interesting gifts. But also we generally have between 5 and 7 crafting tables, and we make all kinds of crafts for all ages. So it was a really fun day. December 7th was a busy day. We started at a Swedish market with Glenn, Southern Stitcher, came along, and it was so much fun. We went to the Swedish market and had a lot of fun, ate some food, bought lots of fun things. So many gnomes, oh my goodness. And after that, my friend Marcy and her family joined me at the Chrysler Museum of Art. It's a world-class museum here in our community. Lots of Tiffany glass, many beautiful works of art, some historic pieces, and activities for children. There's a beautiful center court in the museum called Huber Court, and that is where my husband, along with the Bells of Providence, played a beautiful concert. So I'm going to show you a couple of photos and then hopefully a video clip of the Bells of Providence playing. My husband plays the very large bells at the end of the table, so you'll get to see him. After that, Sarah and her husband, Scott, the Tatums, joined us on a really cool event. We started at the Moses Myers Historic House in Norfolk, and it was decorated for the holidays. There were beautiful foods set out, costumed interpreters, there was dancing, period dancing that we got to witness, and it's a very special house. It was the home of a Jewish merchant family, very well-to-do in Norfolk, and so you'll see the menorah and some other things as we chat about the Moses Myers house.
So the first dance that we're going to dance is called Sprigs of Laurel, and it was first published in 1799. That's about right. Okay.
Finished at Moses Myers, we were given songbooks and we caroled through downtown Norfolk as a group. There were many of us. We caroled down the street about 3 full city blocks to the Hunter House Victorian Museum. This is a favorite of mine, and I can't say enough about it. It's just a gem in our community. It was decorated again completely for Christmas in Victorian fashion, so it was quite snazzy. Lots of beautiful handmade decorations that the docents had made and put in place. You'll see dried fruit and paper ornaments. So we caroled all the way there and then had a tour of that home, and here are some photos of that. And after that, I was exhausted. The following week, on December 12th, I went to my sweet friend Nettie's 4th grade strings recital, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I wish I had video to show you, but I don't. But let me tell you, those 4th graders and then the 5th graders rocked the house. It was absolutely amazing. So Nettie, I'm so proud of you. The following Saturday, December 14th, my sweet friend Sarah took me along to a Christmas tea at the Hunter House Victorian Museum. Again, it was completely decorated. They had put tables of 4 or 6 all throughout the lower level of the home. They had a lovely gentleman playing guitar, very quietly, very sweetly. And we were served the most beautiful tea, savories, sweets, and the Victorian Museum's house blend of tea. Quite tasty. I had several cups, and so did Sarah, but we're not counting. We sat at a table with a lovely young lady who was dressed for the occasion, her grandmother, and then a young couple who were there for the tea as well. It was really fun. We noticed on the Christmas tree, as we had during the holidays through the history caroling tour, that there were a couple of cross-stitch ornaments on the tree, so I'll include that in the photos. The next day, we had my friends, the Whites, over, their whole family, and we made gingerbread houses. We had baked the gingerbread a couple of days before, cut it and baked it into all of these different shapes, and we bought a couple of pre-made houses just to see how they were. We bought a couple at IKEA and one at Wegmans, and they actually were very well done. The IKEA one was packaged perfectly with lots of different pieces. It was great. I highly recommend, if you're near an IKEA at Christmas time, pick up a gingerbread house because it's a great way to go. But we got out all of our gingerbread and our toppings. I had shopped with the youngest White, my friend Lena, at Michael's for different toppings a couple of weeks beforehand. And then I made, and my friend Marcy made, lots and lots and lots of royal icing. And they came over, we had lunch, I'd made a beef stew and put out some cheese and crackers and lots of things, lots of cookies, and we set to work. We put everything out on the table and everybody just got their house and they were able to build whatever they wanted. And we had done this once before, and I was kind of concerned about the men, like, you know, how are they going to be okay? Mr. White was totally into it and won the last time. And don't you know, I think he did this time too. Got to come up with a strategy to beat him. Next year. I want to show you some pictures of the fun that we had and our houses. So we did gingerbread houses today. Okay, this one on the left is Tom's Colonial. All of his windows and his really intricate roofing system with pretzel rods and then the roof on top. This is my barn. You'll see I've got logs on the side and the barn, hay bales inside, and the hay path, 2 horses. There's the Christmas tree and the shrubs along the sides and windows on the sides. And this is Ron's house church. It's party on the back and tradition on the front. This one is one of Lena's houses with the chimney. Kind of cool with the red metal roof. I think this one is Nettie's house, and she's got a sunroof, or not sunroof, what's that called? Anyway, skylight. And she's got sugar cubes around the sides and a nice Christmas tree. This one is Marcy's, and of course it's fabulous because she's got this beautiful cottage with a stone path and a vegetable garden. Isn't that amazing? She's got rhubarb and corn and flowers and cabbages. She's amazing. And then I think this is another one of Lena's. So cute, little gingerbread man outside. Anyway, so those were our gingerbread houses. And we had such enormous fun. The following week, on the 18th, I had Glenn Southern Stitcher and Sarah Tatum and my friend Marcy over, and we had a crafting day. Just Christmas crafts. Come over, we're going to cut and glue and just have some fun. Nothing fancy. It was, again, cheese, crackers, sliced sausage, cookies, candies. No big deal. It was a lot of fun. It was just a time of laughter and, you know, having a good time with friends. So the one craft that we made, I've made these before at a former Advent workshop. These are Pinecone Owls. And isn't he cute? So you just take pine cone, and you can use either cotton batting or cotton balls, and you rip them apart, kind of fluff them up, and you shove them in between the petals of the pine cone. That's it. You can add glue if you want. We did, simply because I have adhesive issues and I need a lot of adhesive, but that's another story. So then we added 2 googly eyes and a little tiny felt triangle for a nose or a beak and white feathers on the side. Owl. Aren't they cute? Oh my goodness. We had a lot of fun with these. And they all had personality. They were all different. This is a great craft. I think Glenn was going to do this with her grandchildren. It's very, very, very simple, incredibly frugal, and it makes a darn cute little end product. So, Pinecone Owls. And then you've seen her. Daleen did these humongous snowflakes, right? So we did those. This was my first one, so it's not totally gorgeous, but it's really impressive, right? And it's 3D, and it's, so I've made about, I don't know, 6 more. But we made these, and they were a lot of fun. Marcy was so impressed with the one that she made, she took it to her child's teacher for the classroom. It was darn stunning, I have to say. So I'm going to hang that right back up there. There we go. That was too much fun. I had a nap afterwards. Okay, Tom Barrow.
Oh. Hey.
We're all here, all of these beautiful people in my life.
Yes.
All of these beautiful people.
Made the circle wide.
And then
Too much on the top.
Who let her in?
so we've made our
It's
owls.
like right here, like
Yes, we
Now
did.
we're getting ready to make snowflakes.
Yes, we
Craft
are.
day at Flannel Jammies Farm.
Yes, we are. It's another craft. Oh, it's just like a not forgot.
Yeah. This is my friend Marcy. Marcy's working on a headband for her daughter Lena. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, look at those. They're precious. We made Pinecone Owls. Look at how cute they are. I'm going to show you. Here's Glenn. This is in my big kitchen. Here she is with her little owl. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh, don't lose your owl.
twice.
And here's Sarah. Sarah, say hi.
Hey. But he's still got his eyes.
And then we made, Sarah, will you hold yours up?
Yes.
We made
Yes.
giant
Yes.
snowflakes. Look at that. Oh my gosh, so cool. Will you hold yours up, Glenn?
Sarah's is prettier.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. It's gorgeous.
Look at that.
No, look
And
at that.
look at
Show off.
Marcy's. Oh my gosh.
I meant, yay.
So beautiful, right? We wish you were
job,
here.
Marcy.
And, we so wish that you were here playing with us
Really
today.
cheering her on.
Love you. And then on the 20th, last Friday, we had the Virginia Stitchers December meetup, and it was very sweet. You'll see a picture, and there are just a few of us. There were a couple more that came in or left early that didn't make it into the photo, but we had just a lovely time. We pushed the tables together and sat in front of the fireplace in my church's parlor and stitched and laughed and gave out little goodies. And Beverly Garner brought all kinds of delicious goodies for us to eat. Beverly, thank you so much. That was top notch. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, what's this?
This is
Oh,
Magical Arrival.
Magical Arrival! UPS just brought us pecans. Who are they from? Greetings to you. Merry Christmas from Dave and Debbie Johnson. Thanks, Dave and Debbie. We got your pecans. Do you know how much I love pecans? Do you have any idea I love pecans? I'm excited now. And so tonight is Christmas Eve. We will gather at our church for the Christmas Eve service. We'll go to the family service at 5 o'clock because my husband will be playing bells. And then we'll visit with friends and exchange gifts and exchange wishes for a beautiful Christmas. My wish for you is the same, that your Christmas will be filled with love and with light and all things beautiful. I wanted to leave you with one more piece of my holiday season. We are a Christian family, and we look forward to celebrating the birth of Jesus every year. We look forward to him being the gift and being grateful for that. And I want to share with you a piece just really quickly. This is Anne Voskamp's book, Unwrapping the Greatest Gift. And this is a family celebration book. There is a devotion for each day with beautiful illustrations. And then there are thoughts, questions to ponder as a family. And then each day there's an action step, whether it's write a note to your neighbors telling them how much you appreciate them, or visit someone in a convalescent home. Lots of ways that you can share love and kindness throughout the month of December in response to Jesus' love for us. So I'm going to share with you one of the illustrations, since it is Christmas Eve. And there they are. There's the family. Mary and Joseph and the tiny baby, the little boy who would be king. The animals looking on. Isn't it adorable? And just a tiny bit of the devotion. And then, at last, all was calm. All was bright. Over Bethlehem, the star hung high and victorious on that silent night, that holy night. Jesus waits to be held. Jesus waits for us to draw close. My friends, draw close to one another in love this season. Be kind. We have no idea the struggle that another is going through during what we normally would see as a joyous and happy season. Sometimes the person next to you just needs a touch on the shoulder or a gentle hug. Sometimes the person across the miles just needs to hear from you. That's all. So share the love this season. Be the light. Be the grace. Be the kindness. I'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk more about my stitching, and there will be giveaways. So, I'll see you soon, my friends. A very, very Merry Christmas. From Donna Ray, Tom, Scarlett, and all the honeybees at Flannel Jammy's Farm.